This is ELH4X4 doing stuff. Today we're going to rebuild alternator for 2000 Silverado 1500. And we'll get into the proper nomenclature of what it is in a little bit here. So let's get this pulley taken off. 24 mil, watch your ears. A little bit dirty. That's all right. So the rebuild kit that I was talking about in a past video was the bearings and a rectifier. All right, let's get this cover off. Or attempt to get the cover off. Might have to take these out of the way. This is a E-Torx. A E8. I guess what we could do also is mark it so we clock it properly, because it looks like we're going to split the halves. What are you looking at? Okay. I could see little remnants of squirrel activity. Okay. Oh, and the brushes. So we're going to replace this right here, which are the brushes. These are E5s. These were reasonably loose, so when it comes time to reassemble, we ain't gotta get all ballistic with tightening it. Alright, so I just applied some heat. Didn't get too crazy with it, that way we're not melting that much. Alright, it did melt a little bit, but it should be alright. Should be. What do we got here? Alright, so there is, looks like somewhat of a heat sink on just a little bit of it. We'll put that off to the side. Okay. Looks like there's two lugs right here that are now broke off and inside here, which is no big deal because we're getting replacement bushings. Yeah, these things are wore. Let's see how bad. Yeah, that one's wore down pretty good. The alternator was charging fine. It was just making some noise. I guess we'll have to get that out once we get it split apart. All right, we'll scratch it up. This is the bottom. Or actually use a pry bar. Oh yeah. All right. Well, upon further inspection, this little contact area on the inside is completely worn out. So we'll get that taken care of. And then we'll see if we can't tap that side out nice and gently without destroying anything. Looks like it's moving. Okay. Feels like it's moving. Go. Go. There it is. All right. Get that cleaned up. Hit that up a little bit. We got a snap ring that needs to come off so we can get this bearing out. Okay. That's what we got. This is the fun part. I don't want to set it down and hit on the winding. That would be bad. So what I need to do is find out how I can maybe put a a larger socket in there. Yeah, let me see what I can with the wheel hub kit. All right, this is what I came up with. This is the like bearing hub remover. We gotta hang these winding things over the edge. All right, here we go. That's okay, that wasn't a snap ring. What it looks like is like a casting around the bearing, I guess, for being a original, the original alternator. Maybe it was like sealed in that. So maybe look forward to, if you break it, don't worry, I guess. What I'll do is I'll get a file and put a little chamfered edge on that. Maybe not drag the file across the windings. I'll find some nail polish and put it on the shiny part. You know, so why not just buy a new alternator, right? Well, nobody carries the Delphi factory alternator. And like I said before, the last video, this whole connector area was broke off during shipping. And the picture looked like a factory alternator. Where are you guys looking? It looked like a factory alternator, but it didn't have the right. It didn't say Delphi Automotive Systems. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with this alternator other than it making noise. So if we can get away with changing the bearings out, then let's do that, right? All right, so now we gotta, yeah, you can see how this inner contact area is grooved. So I don't know if that kit comes with a replacement. I'm not sure. All right. Yeah, it looks like a snap ring, but it's open on both sides, so I don't think it's a snap ring. Okay, there we go. We just pry it up on that ever so gently. Almost forgot. Pop that out before we decide to put it back together. There we go. Now these holes are free and clear, and then we got to come up with some thermal paste. So you could take the time now to find the sockets that work. This one's 1.25 inches. So when we drive the bearing back in, we have it on standby. And since we're setting the bearing, since the pressed fit, whatever the interference fit is on the outside of the bearing, we're going to use the outside of the bearing to drive it in. And then on this one, since it's kind of pressed on here, we're going to find a socket to hit the inner portion of the bearing. This one I'm going to use a 15 mil. Fits over that, and it kind of slides over this pretty easy, so that's what we'll be doing. Now we just wait for the part to show up. Hopefully it shows up with thermal paste. That would be pretty baller. Let's seeing that. All right. That was a good one. Okay. All right, we got those tinned up. knock off the excess and maybe tin this one up a little bit. Okay. All right. Mail just showed up. Let's see what we get. Brush kit. Bearings. Rectifier, which looks different than the one that I got. We'll have to further examine that. Bearing seam be the same. So with this, the small part goes down. This is a really a slip fit is what I'm trying to say. Maybe not. Go. Okay. That went right in. Where's our socket? That is seated, okay. There we go, it just slid right in. Nice. Pulley. All right. All right, so this is different, single, and then they got the grounding strap color, whatever it may, well, it's battery, so it's going to the battery post. This one is a two connector, single connector, so I'm not having a problem with it charging. Just having a problem with it making noise. That's all. So having said that, I guess in a grand scheme of things, you don't really need to clock it because the windings only go out a certain way. Alright, the surface that this this side of the bearing goes on is like some kind of fiber material. So it's like you don't have to be too aggressive with pressing it, I guess. Really, it's just taking your time tightening up these housing bolts, and you'll kind of hear the housing slip. There's a lip that this housing slides over, so you can kind of feel that seating and clicking and popping and alternator is spinning nice and free. All right. Okay. All right. We got our brushes. That's pretty nifty. There's the two tabs that you got to kind of slip on there. And then the rectifier is able to go on. We'll open up these tabs, get these things lined up with the wires, and then solder it back on. There's a little black cap that goes on the positive, underneath the positive post. That goes right there. Go. That'll slip in there. We can slip that there. There we go. I guess we could put the mounting hardware in. Let's go get that E5. Remember, these things were, you know, kind of gently put on. So the kit that I got was this is a 105 amp, right? So it's the Delco 105 amp alternator kit, and it was supposed to be like a 230 something or other. I don't know. There's the info. Who knows? All right, where are we at here? All right, let's see if we can solder this stuff back together. That's what I'll do. That's what I should have done. Well, it looks like it's bonded. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Okay. All right. All right, I want to go install this, and then we'll get it running and do a voltage check, see if it's full. All right, so the alternator's nice and quiet. Hey, you see that? 14.8. Let's put on the lights. $14.7. So that's crazy. Battery lights on. It's never done that before. but it does do that. You gotta wait a couple seconds. Huh, that's weird. Let's check the voltage again. .6. I'm gonna put the heater and all that stuff on. .6 volts. .7. I don't know, maybe it's the brushes burning in or something. I don't know. I'm just talking nonsense now. Anyway, alternator. Alternator would normally be getting extremely hot about now, but it's nice and cool. It's nice and quiet. It's charging the battery. Why it glitched out like that, I have no idea, but thanks for watching ELH4X4 doing stuff. Rebuilding the alternator.